Hi guys, welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for somebody that has been working really hard to make a new life or recover after an ending, or perhaps moving away from like a hometown or a place that you felt comfortable that ended up, I don't know, it feels like you had to like shed that skin and try something new. And things are starting to come back into balance for you. Or if they've never been in balance, there's a balance that you haven't encountered before that's coming your way. So I do feel like this is a pretty positive reading here for somebody that has gone through kind of a turbulent time. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Monday if you're watching this the day I post it. A big thank you to you guys. I overnight got over 2,000. Thank you, Miss Joanna. Good morning. Very excited about that. And if you guys know, I had offered to give away 2 free readings once we hit 2,000 subscribers. So I will be doing that. If you go to my community post, you'll find a picture of like trees and a lake. And as long as you post on there your favorite quote or, like inspirational motto, whatever it is, before 2 p.m. Central, Tennessee time, on Wednesday, February 22nd, lots of twos for you guys, then I will be doing my drawing and pull 2 winners from that drawing. So make sure you do that before Wednesday. I also probably will have a little bit of a lighter day tomorrow, as I've got a little bit of a crazy day tomorrow. So Wednesday, hopefully I'll be able to be making up for some of that as well. Hi there, Miss Christina. Hi, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Also of note, in the middle of the night, Hambone crawled up here and was playing with the tarot and like broke this rock, and I can't find the other part of it. Kind of weird. I don't know. Anyways, hope you're having a lovely day. Let's dive back into the reading. We'll use the situation stack to get a little bit more information for you guys. Oh, really? Desire, lust, and sexual chemistry. We have journal sideways, which is writing, diary, and keeping notes, and magnetic in the reverse. Unexplainable pull, so unexplainable push. This feels like motivation to, I think, to change priorities. I think I'm reading for somebody who let their desire for somebody kind of overwrite the pull to leave the situation. So somebody may have been using sex or, love bombing to make somebody feel like they shouldn't leave a relationship. And then I feel like you figured it out, like this isn't the right situation. Joanna, I hope that too. I don't think he did. I think I would have heard that. I'm kind of a light sleeper. And I did find this one on the ground. So I'm guessing it's maybe under the bookshelf. We'll see. There's a dead spider under there too. Don't tell anyone I told you that. It's gross. I don't want to touch it. I'll get it eventually. Too many spiders down here, you guys. I don't even want to think about how many I eat in my sleep. Ooh. All right. Irreconcilable differences, divorce, final, love, adore, admire, enchantment. This feels to me like basically we have a situation where somebody had to acknowledge that even though something could have felt really good for a long time with a partner, that something started to, like, you started to see things from a different perspective. I think we had journal in the sideways position because you were able to note that things weren't really going the way you thought they would. And perhaps your partner was more content to be a little bit avoidant and not really admit what was going on in the relationship, right? Oh, good luck with the errands, Heather. Glad you stopped by. Oh, of course. Ah, so nice. All right. So what I feel like is there was maybe perhaps uh like a knowing, right? That there was something better out there for you, that somebody would take note more closely how to make you happy. It's like somebody tried to use a universal remote on you and didn't really take the time to get to know you personally and was a little bit too rushed in terms of how to be a loving partner. And I think that means for you, you acknowledged there was probably something better out there for you. Not a game of like, I always think there's something better, but more so an understanding that love should feel different, right? Love should feel more prescriptive to who you are. It's like buying you flowers on Valentine's Day, knowing that you're allergic to flowers, but everybody else gets flowers for Valentine's Day, so I'll just do that. Versus somebody who really loves and cares about you, knowing, hey, maybe this person wants a cat for Valentine's Day. Hi there, Tom. How are you doing? Let's dive in to the tarot. We'll use the I'm drawn to the Ghost Tarot. I think it's also worth mentioning for some of you, the divorce card may not 100% apply. It could just be that you had a live-in relationship and that came to an end. Remember, these are general readings. So we have the Knight of Swords, Tower in the reverse, and the Moon in the reverse. Wow. So something that somebody was trying really hard to hold on to and not lose was already lost. So yes, or one damn cookie. What the hell is that? Sorry, Christina. Yeah, you deserve better than cookies. We had somebody here that thought that they could solve the whole situation with one little effort, and it didn't work. What was lost was already lost. And part of the issue is I feel like this person that you were in a relationship with was unwilling to truly share who they were. There was still some sort of mask or some unwillingness to be truthfully themselves around you, right? And when you don't have the confidence to be yourself in a romantic relationship, then I would ask, do you actually have the confidence to be yourself in any situation? Because shouldn't we be most comfortable with the person that, I don't know, you like to get naked with? So we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Wands. So there was a situation that maybe felt like the wrong time for things to fall apart, like there was too much else going on. I feel a sense of vulnerability here, but this is so perfectly aligned with the quote I shared on that post that I described this morning. Like Albert Camus saying, it was in the midst of winter that I found there was within me an invincible summer. Somebody found the strength they didn't know they had in a very vulnerable moment. And with the Six of Wands, you were successful. And I think success in this particular situation was expressing yourself and standing up for yourself in a situation where somebody thought that they could bully you or control you or manipulate you. I know, isn't it such a good quote? I've even painted that a few times. Oofda. Oh, I could never see you as wicked. But, you know, projection does some crazy things to relationships. And it's almost a little unnerving how often I've witnessed somebody projecting their own like issues onto other people in an attempt to not have to deal with them. So, you know, be cautious around that kind of thing, right? We've got the King of Wands clarifying the love card. What I really like about this is I view this Six of Wands as your energy. Somebody who's been able to stand up for themselves, say, I deserve better. I deserve somebody who wants to love me the way that I want to be loved. and appreciates me for who I am. And then we have the King of Wands, same fire, passionate energy, right? Somebody who has that same fire burning within them is who you're about to come across or who you're about to meet. And I think it's going to be like fireworks. For some of you, you already know this person, but you haven't seen them in a while. I feel like there's something new about them. They have worked on themselves if you've already met them before. If you haven't met them before, this is somebody who is going to feel like you've met them before, right? Like you get along with them so well, it just kind of jives really well. Hi there, Voodoo. How are you doing? Oh, I'm so glad you did. All right, and then we have an unhappy ex, the King of Swords in the reverse. And remember, don't get too caught up on the genders in tarot because we all have masculine and feminine within us. So this King of Swords in the reverse is trying to create some illusion here. This is giving me vibes of a false twin flame, somebody who maybe even tried to tell you, I'm your soulmate, we're perfect for each other, even as they were shirking their responsibility to be a good partner to you. So I think you've had some sort of realization here because you are keeping notes, because you are a very pensive or observant person. You realized that somebody was creating this illusion, trying to make you feel like they were the one or that you should sacrifice for them. And then you realized that's not true. You gained, um, you gained in your own power. You felt empowered because you were able to say, you know what? You're wrong. You don't know me as well as you think. And I'm leaving. Ta-da! All right, let's continue with the Morgan Greer. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Rods. Page of Swords in the reverse. So whereas you were successful in terms of stating what you deserve, stating what you believe, how you feel, all of that, this person hasn't really mastered that yet. That's probably another reason we had that journal card come out sideways, right? And they were a little overly confident that they would be able to get you back into their trap or get you wrapped around their finger again. Maybe you've had a breakup in the past. Maybe you had come back together a couple of times, and this person just figured this was another one of those fights that would eventually be resolved and they would be able to continue their BS. But they were wrong. They didn't see the strength within you on purpose. They were, honestly, it feels like for some of you, they were too focused on trying to create you as some like puppet of theirs. Like, I'm hesitant to say it, but there's a little bit of like objectification or like superiority here. Like there was something that made them feel like they would always be able to influence how you view them, how you view yourself, and they were wrong. With the Six of Wands in the reverse, under the moon in the reverse, they were surprised by the strength that you demonstrated. They didn't think you had that strength. So good for you. Hi there, Ben. Good morning. How are you doing? With the Knight of Rods and the Page of Swords in the reverse, we have somebody who took action, and that action created some sort of legal situation. So for some of you, this is a restraining order. For some of you, this is the divorce. For some of you, this is putting in writing that things were done, right? Maybe getting off of the lease or ending a mortgage, selling a house. There was an action taken here to bring the tower down, to end something that somebody thought would never end. Three of Wands in the reverse, and your success was unpredictable, unexpected. This person was very confident that they would be able to, you know, control you, and they were disappointed. Hey, it happens. Not for me though, just the Dr. Pepper kind. Coffee and I don't really get along. So somebody may have tried to say that you were being greedy or selfish, that you were only thinking of yourself by leaving the situation behind. Nope, I disagree. They may even, if you start a new relationship or if you already have, they might say that that is selfish or greedy. And I disagree with that too. This person is willing to say whatever they need to make you feel like you should go back to them. But there's a greater love out there for you. And I feel like you have realized just how to pick up on whether or not somebody is loyal, whether or not somebody wants to be there for the long term, whether or not somebody is your equal, right? Hey there, Jeremy, how are you doing? And it looks like if you haven't already got this person on your radar, you're about to. You have seen through this ex's shenanigans. They can't fool you anymore. We have the Hanged Man clarifying the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Even though somebody was quite confident they would be able to come back into your energy or convince you to get back into a relationship with them, you have remained strong. You have kept those boundaries up, and it's made them realize that what they were doing in terms of how they spoke to you, how they tried to influence your self-worth, it has only made it harder for them to recapture what's been lost. So in a way, they had tried to make you more vulnerable or susceptible to their will, but they actually made you stronger. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and King of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is a pretty easy read, right? That's generally loss. Change that isn't very easy, change that may feel really difficult, right? But we have the King of Pentacles. This is telling me that you have taken a very difficult situation, some difficult feelings, and probably somebody who was less than kind to you, and you have found a way to roll that into a really tasty bread of success. I don't know why it's bread. I'm hungry, okay, you guys? But this King of Pentacles is your energy. You are making lemonade out of lemons, right? You know what? If I'm going to change this, I'm going to change this and this too, because I know it's right for me. I'm going to take this opportunity to finally move across the country, move across the world, change my career, change my style, whatever it is. You made your life the way that you wanted it to be, or you are in the midst of doing so, and you are being rewarded, or you're about to be rewarded for putting yourself first and trying to live that authentic life, right? We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. So I think this Ace of Pentacles is sideways because you haven't gotten this offer yet. There's still something a little bit uncertain with regards to this opportunity. I think for some of you, there is a need to make sure that you have an open heart chakra. In other words, are you actually open to meeting somebody new and being with somebody new? Thank you, Voodoo. And thank you, Jeremy. That's very sweet. How dare you, Tom? That's like my favorite. You know what's extra fun about that is I think some people would call that San Diego. If you get like an Eggo and put like cinnamon and sugar on it, that's what they call it. And my name's Carmen, so Carmen San Diego. What? All right, we'll get back to the reading. Four of Cups in the reverse for me is really giving the vibes of somebody who has been challenged to find contentment in a difficult situation? In other words, are you able to see the silver lining in this cloud? Are you able to be open to a beautiful new beginning, right? Because if you are, then you get this Ace of Pentacles. If you are, you get a new love, a love that is on your level. So you got to stay positive and keep in mind how powerful those thoughts are. If you're able to manifest, and you are, then you want to make sure you're manifesting the good things, right? Not thinking about those things you don't want to have happen. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Knights are about taking action. So this feels to me like somebody who refused to put the work in, especially now we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person from your past did not want to put the work in on the relationship. They expected you to do everything, and they didn't like accountability. So I feel like we have an opportunity here for you to learn from this situation and then open up to the possibility of somebody being able to do those things that they were not able to do, right? All right, we're going to get a few cards from the Fairy Lenormand. Ah, I love it. We have the tree and the mountain. First of all, it's beautiful to have such a nature-focused pair, but I also feel like this is kind of underscoring the idea that you have taken a difficult obstacle in your life and you found a way to get stronger from it. This tree is representative of a healthy mental or physical state. So I feel like you have come out of this situation a stronger version of yourself, knowing yourself better, and also more capable at defending your boundaries and speaking up for what it is that you want or need. Snake. I do feel like the number 7 could be particularly important. We've had a few of those come out. And then we have the ring. So this may be one of the larger tests in your lifetime in terms of if you're a very compassionate person, being able to acknowledge this person that I'm dealing with is using me or not giving back to me the energy that I give to them. You may have had to have a little bit of a sit down with yourself, right? Like, I know you love them, but they're not that great. And it's not even about, oh, there's always something better out there for you, right? It's the realization of your own self-worth. So this ring, I think, is not just about finding a love that is significant, that is on your level. I think it's also about you learning to love yourself. Good for you. All right, let's do drawn to the Edgar Allan Poe, so we'll go with that one next. It does feel like maybe we had a case here where somebody was wearing a bit of a mask, right? And this deck definitely has a few cards of people wearing masks. Six of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. There was a time where I described this very card as one that could pretty easily describe who I am, right? Because when you go through a lot in your life, it can be easy to fall into the trap of, being like, woe is me. Hi there, Clive. Being a little bit whiny about it, right? But this Queen of Cups, this is somebody who goes through difficult times and knows how to maintain composure, put energy into the right buckets instead of just letting everything fall, right? But we have this Queen of Cups in the reverse, and it's coming out with this Six of Swords in the reverse, meaning we have somebody that was unable to do what they needed to do to get to a more peaceful situation. What does that mean? We have somebody that was more inclined to throw a temper tantrum, do some blaming of other people, um, blame the circumstances, as opposed to being able to identify what they could have done differently, right? This is somebody who would rather throw a pity party than actually solve the problem that caused the pity, right? So I don't have a lot of respect for this kind of energy, you guys, because we all have energy within us, right? If you're a scientist of any sort, you know that energy doesn't get destroyed. It just gets changed, transmuted, right? So you can use that energy however you want, right? Do you want to make things work or do you want to make things worse, right? This is somebody who wants to get attention for not having things turn out the way they wanted to when they themselves are responsible for the outcome. So we have a rather fiery Five of Wands, and it's in the reverse. And I feel like this is somebody who thought they could set fire to a situation and you would spend all of your effort throwing buckets of water on it. And you were like, nah, that's your fire. You get to put it out. Don't you dare make me responsible for the shit you failed to do for yourself. We all have our things that we need to work on. We all have moments where we need to have a little chat with ourselves and say, you're kind of being a dick there, Carmen. Why don't you grow up? This person didn't know what that kind of conversation would look like. They would much rather put the onus on other people, and they assumed it would keep working for them because it had in the past. But with the Six of Wands in the reverse, again, because we also had that right here, somebody was overly confident that they could make their problems your problems. And you were like, I'm gonna stop you right there. It's a no for me. That's all you. You got this, right? Maybe. Figure it out. I'm gonna be over here doing my own stuff. And for some of you, you may have started a business. You may have found a new job. You may have found a way to make some money in the stock market. You are seeing things improve. Five of Pentacles, Three of Wands in the reverse. Whereas this person in the past is still kind of reeling from the decision that you've made. They didn't feel like you were actually capable of fully leaving them in the past. It's a little hard sometimes, you guys, when people are this overly confident that they can keep you stuck, because it's hard not to say, you were wrong. Like, I try to be mature, you guys, but there are just times where somebody's just complete lack of understanding of the situation or of me, right? Could be how you felt too. It's just like, come on. Like, did you really think that I was that lame? Like, you got to stand up for yourselves. And I think you did. So now we have the Ace of Wands, a new beginning. Two of Wands in the reverse. A new beginning that may kind of surprise you. It's like maybe you went through a divorce or a pretty serious relationship ending and, ooh, good luck with that, Patricia. That sounds crazy. Bosses, man. Yeah, sometimes I spend a little bit too much time reading through the anti-work subreddit. You're just like starting, or you just get to the point where you're like, work, job, no. Good luck with that, Patricia. But this, similarly, is one of those situations where you had to stay patient, and I think that served you well. You maybe even made a checklist. Here's what I need to do to get to a situation that is better for me. But You did it, or you're doing it right now. With the Two of Wands in the reverse, I feel like there may have been a couple of hiccups, a couple of setbacks. Shit, maybe you messed up and got naked with the ex again. But you got to move on, right? You got to find a way to forgive whatever's happened in the past and move forward. And I think that's what's happening here with that Ace of Wands. Knight of Cups. I like to see that in the upright after we saw it in the reverse right here. So honestly, this makes it even more likely that there was somebody that you met briefly and sparks flew, but nothing happened. There wasn't an offer made. Somebody didn't feel like they could actually come forward with how they felt, perhaps because they knew that you were in a relationship. And now, if you're single, this person is like, is this my opportunity? Should I shoot my shot? King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Somebody has all the feels here, and I think they have some sort of insight into this thing ending. Empress in the reverse, Seven of Swords. Be cautious. For several of you, we've got somebody who, as far as the ex, somebody who is willing to give a little bit of space, a little bit of peace, and then they're going to come back in, right? Find a way to get to you. Find a way to either get you back into their grip or make you miserable. The Empress in the reverse is somebody who wants to take instead of give, somebody who wants to hurt instead of heal. This is somebody who wants to be petty. So be cautious. They might be doing something here to trip you up. Make sure if you had any shared accounts that you've removed them from all of those accounts. We have the Lovers in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is you realizing what true love is. This is underneath the divorce card and the love card. Realizing that you can care about somebody, you could love somebody, and still know that they are not the right person for you. This is a difficult decision being made regarding what in my heart do I know is right for me, right? Oh, you guys are making me even hungrier. Yep, I have some spicy cauliflower on my mind right now. Cauliflower is one of my favorite things to make. But yeah, did you guys know that spicy food is good for pain because of the capsaicin? Pretty cool. Aside from just being able to brag about being a badass because you can eat something that is liquid hot magma. I know, I should really do more. Are you talking about the cauliflower? I chop it up really tiny, and then what I like to call Paula Deen it, put it in a bunch of butter. On a pan or in a pan on the stove. And then I either add mozzarella cheese once it's gotten kind of browned or charred, or I add Frank's hot sauce, which is totally what I'm doing today. Sorry, guys. I'll try not to make you hungry. With the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Hierophant, this is beautiful. This is somebody being able to heal from a romantic situation that was pretty gut-wrenching, right? And then with this Hierophant card, I just want to point out we have a mummy here, right? So you might have ties to Egypt. Maybe you just love it like I do. But I also feel like the relationship you were in made you feel bound in some way, like you couldn't do what you wanted to do or be who you wanted to be. And that was part of the realization for you that something needed to change. All right, let's go with the Tarot Familiars. Get a little bit more insight for you guys. Moon, sideways. Isn't that just a cute card, you guys? Look at that guy. So this is interesting because we have it right underneath the snake card, which is about dishonesty. So I feel like there is going to be, or there already has been, an attempt by your ex to say that they have addressed the issues or they are willing to be honest with you now. I wouldn't believe them. There is still something they are trying to hide, still something that they don't want to be honest about, still something they don't want to hold themselves accountable for. And then we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse and Justice in the reverse. In other words, it would be an injustice for you to go back, right? This is somebody who has not realized why they feel overwhelmed. It's because of their own actions, and they continually try to blame others instead of dealing with their own issues, right? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Christina. Yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those rare, haven't got it yet. It helps to be a hermit, I suppose. Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Dun, dun, dun. What? That is a new offer in love. So, for some of you, this person's going to try to say they have their shit together. Maybe they'll give it, a month or 2 months or a year, whatever it is. They still don't have their shit together. This is somebody who has heard the bad news that somebody else is interested in you. It might even be before you hear that this person's interested in you. Maybe somebody's like, hey, so things are done with you guys, right? Like, can I get in there? Ill-advised if that's how they do it. But I think there's some sort of word that gets back to your ex that somebody is interested in you. They take it as obviously bad news, and they want to find a way to get back in your good graces and swoop in before this other person convinces you. And I'm encouraging you to go for that new. Seven of Pentacles, right next to the Seven of Cups. And the Sun. Oh, gosh, I love to see that. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So this is you getting to a point where you can look at your life and say, I did that. I made all of those changes. Look at how much happier I am now. Ooh, Clive. That's definitely something you should include in your dating profile. Oh my. I'm just throwing things everywhere now, you guys. Page of Cups and Three of Swords. So this ex, if they try to come back around, it could be specifically because they see you doing so well, right? They might feel like, oh, maybe you got more money. Maybe my life would be easier. Maybe you just needed to work through some of your unhappiness and now you can be back together with me. Nope, ex, you were the problem. So they may apologize, but I feel like with the Three of Swords here, you're going to be able to identify real quickly with your intuition that if they're apologizing, it's more so that, they're trying to angle into a fresh situation with you, right? It's not necessarily that they've learned. This Three of Swords means they have not healed whatever it was that caused the initial fracture. Two of Wands in the upright, right next to the Two of Wands in the reverse. I like to see it. This is you gaining in confidence on the new path. So I feel like this is the universe saying, be confident. You know what's right for you. You'll be able to make the right decisions. With Judgment in the reverse, you can avoid going back to this person because you know better, because you can read their body language, because you can read what they actually say and see through it, right? Three of Wands in the reverse and Seven of Swords. interesting. I feel like this is from the perspective of your ex. Like they're going to be surprised that you can see through their lie. But I also feel like they're a little bit shocked that you were able to get away from them and that they can't tempt you again. This is like somebody who thinks that they can just let you simmer down and then you'll come back to them. Whereas the realness here is you have decided this is not for me. This is not my monkey, not my zoo. Is that the right saying? I went to Costa Rica once and I was so excited that there were monkeys hanging out at the like little village or hotel that we stayed in. It was so cute. All right. So to clarify our mountain card, we have the Six of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The obstacle here, you guys, was staying strong with your boundaries pertaining to somebody that you've known for a long time. Knight of Pentacles. This situation may feel like it has taken a long time, but you know, Rome wasn't built in a day and you're an emperor now. So, you know, you're badass. They had to carve you out of stone, so it takes a while. Tell me about the Knight of Rods, please. I just wanted to say rods. Five of Wands in the reverse. Four of Swords. This action that you have taken to move away from this relationship and start a new life is exactly what you needed to lessen the drama in your life and find the healing that you needed. Tell me about the Queen of Cups in the reverse, please. Three of Swords in the reverse. More healing. Tower in the reverse. You have a changed perspective now. You see things more clearly. You see through people more clearly. You know now how to look for things like intent. I have a bad habit of apologizing more than I need to. I get it from my dear mother. And she tried to apologize to me the other day. And I was like, Mom, you gotta stop apologizing to me so much. Like, I look for intent. If your intent is you care about me or you don't want me to be hurt or you don't want me to be sick or whatever it is, I'm not going to get mad at you. You know, like I feel like you have learned this trick to minimize the drama in your life and really look for who should I be surrounding myself with. I want to be surrounded by the people who actually care and want to see me do well. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles in the reverse on top of the Five of Pentacles in the upright. I think this is about that new person. You meet, you don't get to know each other very well, but there's something there. And then another opportunity presents itself for you guys to get to know each other better. Tell me about the Nine of Cups in the reverse, please. The Sun. This is almost giving me like how Stella got her groove back kind of vibes, like somebody who needs to have a little bit of time where they're selfish. If you know anything about Ayn Rand, I always feel like I say her name wrong. I don't really agree with a lot of her politics, but I love her her prose, how she writes. And there was the virtue of being selfish or the virtue of selfishness, something like that, which basically argued the word selfish itself has kind of evolved into a more negative perception than it probably should be, because you do still have to take care of yourself first, right? And I feel like there is a lesson here that has been learned in terms of how to keep your own mental health in tip-top shape and where that line is in terms of doing something right for yourself and being like the negative selfish, right? And you have figured this out and you're implementing what you have learned in your life, and it's helped you turn things around. It's helped you heal from a difficult betrayal. Tell me about the Judgment in reverse, please. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Death in the reverse. Someone thinks that because they still feel like there are emotions there, that they can convince you not to move on to a different relationship. And they are wrong, 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 wrong. I think I did that slightly wrong. Wrong. That's from Scrubs. Dr. Cox, if you're familiar. He was fucking hilarious. All right, Three of Swords in the reverse, please. Ooh, I like to see that. We started off with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and now we have the Ten of Cups in the upright. This is all because you were able to heal from a situation where somebody was not treating you fairly. Oh, I love this, you guys. Now we have the Six of Wands. You have a beautiful love ahead of you. For some of you, maybe you've already met this person, right? But there is a solid love opportunity coming your way that will warm your heart. All right, let's get a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we'll call it a day. Just a quick reminder for you guys to enter the drawing for the 2 free readings by checking out my latest community post and putting your favorite quote on there before Wednesday. Well, Wednesday at 2 Central. We have good news is coming within a week or so, and persist and you will be more successful. So keep on keeping on. I think you've learned quite a lot here in terms of how to make your life a better experience. So stay focused. Do not let talk or jealous persons bother you. This is the X. They're going to try to get under your skin. And I think for a lot of you, the best course of action is not saying anything. I have had a couple of people after I've ended things, whether it be friendship or romance, try to like poke at me afterwards. Like maybe if I call you really stupid, or maybe if I tell you that you're manipulative, or maybe if I tell you that you're, fucking insane, then you'll have to feel like you need to defend yourself and I can get you back into that conversation. Oh, no, you can't, because I've already decided this is not worth my time. you know? Yes, 222. Yeah, I'm even saying, let's see, February 22nd at 2 p.m. It's pretty delightful, Jeremy. I love it. So we have, you are too good for your own good. Be cautious because you have such a beautiful light about you. It does draw in a lot of attention. So in particular, I think you need to caution yourself against potentially falling into a relationship with a narcissist. Do what you can to really understand the situation while having that open heart chakra, right? Thank you, Voodoo. Oh, thank you, Clive. All right, you guys, I think we will leave it there. I will probably fire off some shorts. That sounds so weird. Some short videos for you right after this, and then be back later today. Where are we? I think we're on Aquarius. We're starting over again. If you guys are ever wondering where I am in terms of the order of the videos that I'm doing, you can always check the description box because I've got that order down there. Air signs, water signs, fire signs, earth signs. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday or a wonderful day, whatever day it is. And thank you so much for helping me get to 2,000 subscribers. I love you guys. Bye.